Have you ever wondered why some people always feel peaceful and lucky every time they walk into their bedroom, while you keep tossing and turning, feeling drained and restless, and you're not even sure why? It might have nothing to do with your bed, your lighting, or how your pillows are arranged. The real reason could be something as small as a houseplant you've placed in the wrong spot, or worse, a plant that should never be in your bedroom in the first place. In Feng Shui, every plant carries a specific kind of energy. Some boost wealth, love, and health, while others can actually block the flow of positive qi and bring imbalance into your life, physically, emotionally, and energetically. If you currently have certain plants in your bedroom that seem harmless, you could be unknowingly blocking your own luck, draining your prosperity, or disrupting the harmony in your relationship every single day without realizing it. So how do you know which plants are your Feng Shui allies, and which ones could be working against you? In this video, I'll show you the 5 best Feng Shui plants for your bedroom, and which ones to avoid at all costs. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Buddha's Odyssey so you never miss out on practical tips to align your space with abundance and peace. And if you're ready to activate wealth energy right now, leave a comment below. I welcome prosperity into my home. Number 1. Jade Plant, Dracena. Have you ever wondered why some homes seem to attract abundance effortlessly, while others, despite hard work, remain stuck in cycles of lack? In the realm of Feng Shui, the answer may lie not in your bank account, but in your plants. Among the most revered green guardians of wealth is the jade plant, also known as Dracena or simply the money tree. With its plump, glossy, coin-shaped leaves, it's easy to see why ancient cultures saw this plant as a magnet for prosperity. In traditional Feng Shui practice, the jade plant is often placed in the southeast corner of the home, the designated wealth corner, to activate the energy of material abundance. But limiting this plant to its financial symbolism alone would be missing the deeper story it tells. The power of the jade plant doesn't just come from its appearance or placement, it comes from the energy it embodies. Feng Shui teaches that wealth is not a standalone force. It is part of a triad, intricately connected to your physical well-being and the emotional quality of your relationships. When you invite a jade plant into your home, you're not simply asking for more money, you're making a statement about what kind of abundance you want to cultivate. A healthy jade plant radiates stability, resilience, and quiet growth, values that reflect sustainable success. Its leaves grow slowly and steadily, much like a well-nurtured savings account or a trusted relationship. If it begins to wither or drop leaves, it may be more than a watering issue. It might be signaling a shift in your personal energy or a stagnation in your life's momentum. What makes the jade plant especially remarkable is its low-maintenance nature. It thrives on simplicity, asking for little and giving much. In this sense, it reflects a profound Feng Shui principle. True prosperity flows when life is uncluttered, intentions are clear, and energy is allowed to move freely. It's not the size of the plant or how ornate the pot is that matters, it's the care, the placement, and the intention behind it. Many practitioners recommend placing it near your workspace or entrance, not only to attract wealth but to greet opportunities as they come in. However, it's crucial that the plant remains vibrant. Dead or dying plants, according to Feng Shui, block the energy of abundance and can even reverse its flow. There's also a caution embedded in the presence of the jade plant. It gently reminds us that money, like energy, is meant to flow. Hoarding, fear of loss, or obsession with accumulation can cause energetic blockages, both emotionally and spatially. If your wealth corner is filled with clutter or neglected items, the presence of a jade plant won't fix the problem alone. Feng Shui always calls us to act in alignment with nature. Just as this succulent thrives in balance, receiving just enough light, space, and water, we too must balance our desires for gain with our need for inner harmony. In short, the jade plant is far more than a lucky charm. It is a teacher of prosperity, reminding us that true abundance is a state of flow, care, and conscious intention. Its quiet strength encourages us to re-examine what we value and how we pursue it. As we continue exploring other powerful plants in the Feng Shui tradition, keep this question in mind: are you truly cultivating wealth, or are you simply chasing symbols of it? Because sometimes, the key to unlocking prosperity is not just planting something in the right corner, but nurturing the right energy within ourselves. Number 2. Lemon tree. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt refreshed, as if your thoughts became clearer and your body lighter? It's a familiar experience, often unexplainable, yet deeply real. That invigorating shift in energy isn't always due to lighting or color schemes. Sometimes, it's the quiet influence of nature, specifically the presence of a lemon tree. In Feng Shui, the lemon tree is more than a cheerful burst of citrus color. It is a powerful symbol of mental clarity, renewal, and youthful ambition. Its bright yellow fruit and fresh fragrance are said to stimulate the intellect, encourage perseverance, and spark curiosity, which is why it's often recommended for children's rooms. But its role doesn't end there. From a deeper Feng Shui perspective, the lemon tree holds qualities that benefit people of all ages, especially those going through periods of transition or self-reflection. The lemon tree's energy is active, crisp, and full of vitality. It mirrors the wood element in Feng Shui, an element associated with growth, movement, and vision. When you place a lemon tree in your home, particularly in the east or southeast area, you're not just decorating a space, you're activating a force that encourages forward momentum in life. It helps disperse stagnant energy, breaks mental inertia, and reawakens the drive to explore and create. For children, this can translate into better focus, enthusiasm for learning, and stronger emotional resilience. For adults, especially those feeling creatively blocked or emotionally stuck, the lemon tree offers a subtle nudge toward clarity and reinvention. What's fascinating is how this plant balances stimulation with grounding. Its roots dig deep while its branches stretch outward, much like how we strive to grow intellectually and emotionally without losing our sense of self. Feng Shui emphasizes the idea that every living thing in a space either contributes to or detracts from the qi, the life force that flows throughout your home. The lemon tree, with its tangy aroma and vibrant energy, infuses the air with a sense of purpose. It refreshes not only the physical atmosphere but also the invisible flow of energy around you. When strategically placed in a bedroom, study, or creative corner, it acts like an energetic reset button, gently aligning your internal rhythm with the dynamic pace of life around you. Yet, one must be mindful in how the lemon tree is used within Feng Shui contexts. Like all powerful energies, it should be balanced. A tree too large for the space can overwhelm the room's qi, just as an overly fragrant bloom can become distracting rather than inspiring. The goal is always harmony, not dominance. In small spaces, a potted dwarf lemon tree is ideal. It brings all the symbolic benefits without disturbing the energetic balance. And as with all plants in Feng Shui, the health of the tree directly reflects the health of the intention behind it. A thriving lemon tree suggests active, creative energy. A neglected or sick tree, however, might point to suppressed ideas, ignored potential, or a reluctance to step into the new. From a personal Feng Shui viewpoint, I've seen lemon trees serve as catalysts for transformation. One client, after placing a small lemon tree on her writing desk, reported a sudden burst of productivity and the completion of a book she had postponed for years. Another used a tree to help her daughter overcome academic anxiety, finding that the plant's presence helped her child feel more alert and confident. These aren't coincidences, they are reflections of how our environments, when thoughtfully designed, can guide our energy in the right direction. As we transition from the grounded energy of the jade plant to the dynamic, mind-awakening presence of the lemon tree, we begin to see a pattern in how different plants serve specific emotional and energetic needs. Where the jade rooted us in stability, the lemon now invites us to move, to think, to act, to grow. It is a bridge from passive intention to active creation, a plant that doesn't just sit beautifully in the corner but calls you into motion. Let it be a reminder that growth, whether intellectual or emotional, often starts with a small, fragrant nudge from nature. Number 3. Myrtle. What if there were a natural way to restore harmony in your home, ease relationship tensions, and reignite a sense of warmth between you and your loved ones, all with the simple presence of one plant? That's the powerful promise of Myrtle, a plant whose legacy stretches far beyond aesthetics into the deepest emotional layers of human connection. In Feng Shui, Myrtle is a hidden gem, a botanical mediator quietly working behind the scenes to promote peace, compassion, and emotional healing. Revered since ancient times as a symbol of love and fidelity, this evergreen shrub holds a high vibration that resonates with heart energy, making it ideal for couples, families, or even individuals seeking to mend emotional bonds or enhance intimacy within their spaces. At the core of Feng Shui lies the principle that our environment reflects and influences our internal state. Just as clutter in a room can cloud the mind, harmonious arrangements, both spatial and botanical, can nurture emotional well-being. Myrtle is believed to radiate a particularly soft but potent chi that gently diffuses emotional tension. This makes it perfect for areas of the home where relationships are formed and tested, such as bedrooms, living rooms, or even the dining space. When strategically placed in the southwest sector, Feng Shui's love and relationship area, Myrtle acts like an energetic bomb, soothing frayed nerves and opening emotional pathways between individuals. Its influence is subtle, yet transformative, helping to recalibrate the energy field of a space toward empathy, openness, and trust. The magic of Myrtle doesn't stop with its symbolism. Its physical characteristics mirror the spiritual functions it performs. Its delicate white flowers are not only visually calming but symbolize purity and renewal, two qualities essential in healing emotional wounds. In Feng Shui, blooming plants represent positive growth and active life force. So when a Myrtle plant begins to flower, it's more than a seasonal cycle. It's a signal that the energy in your relationship is being revitalized. But like any plant, Myrtle also requires care. Neglect it, and the message it sends to your subconscious is one of disconnection or disregard. On the other hand, tending to its needs serves as a physical metaphor for tending to your relationships, showing up, being present, and nourishing what matters most. It's also worth noting that Myrtle has long been associated with ceremonial uses in different cultures. From ancient Greece to modern spiritual practices, it has appeared in weddings, offerings, and sacred rituals as a representation of union and blessing. This universal symbolism enhances its standing in Feng Shui as a bridge between the material and the emotional, the seen and unseen. Introducing it into your home environment not only uplifts your energy field but connects you to a broader ancestral memory of healing and human bonding. In today's fast-paced world, where relationships are often strained by stress, distraction, and emotional distance, the grounding presence of a Myrtle plant offers a much-needed return to the essence of connection. From a Feng Shui consultant's lens, I often recommend Myrtle to individuals recovering from relationship ruptures, be it divorce, estrangement, or even grief. Not because the plant itself is a magical fix, but because it becomes a living representation of hope and recovery. Just as it blossoms with proper light and care, so too can your capacity to forgive, rebuild, and rediscover joy in connection. The visual beauty of Myrtle softens the room, but it's the energetic shift it brings that does the deeper work. A home filled with unresolved arguments, silent resentments, or cold detachment can gradually shift toward a more compassionate tone when this plant is introduced with mindful intention. As we reflect on the vibrant energy of the lemon tree, which awakens the mind and stimulates personal growth, Myrtle draws us into the heart space. It encourages reflection, vulnerability, and above all, reconciliation. Whether you're trying to heal from a recent argument or rebuild a long-lost bond, Myrtle serves as a gentle yet firm reminder that love, like any plant, must be nurtured daily. It asks us not to take peace for granted, and to honor the spaces where love lives, grows, and sometimes needs to be replanted. Number 4. Dracena. If you're someone who's striving toward a major goal, whether it's career advancement, financial independence, or personal excellence, then the Dracena, also known as the dragon tree, may be the silent partner you never knew you needed. In Feng Shui, few plants carry a masculine energy as distinctly as Dracena. Its tall, resilient form and upward-reaching leaves make it a natural representation of growth, persistence, and directional clarity. This plant doesn't just sit in a room, it stands. It claims space with quiet authority, and from a metaphysical standpoint, it channels a constant, upward surge of chi that aligns with ambition and long-term success. Because of this, it's often referred to as the male tree, not in a limiting gender sense, but in terms of energetic expression, focused, assertive, and deeply rooted. In the philosophy of Feng Shui, the energy of your environment shapes your behavior more than most people realize. A space lacking in direction will often reflect that same uncertainty back onto its occupant. Dracena, with its strong, vertical form, serves as an anchor of intentional energy. It's ideally suited for home offices, studios, or any area where strategic planning and goal setting take place. Placing this plant in the north sector of your home, associated with career and life path, helps activate the water element's dynamic flow, and when combined with Dracena's wood energy, the result is a powerful synergy for upward mobility. But what makes this plant particularly special is not just its form, but its subtle energetic command. Unlike vibrant, stimulating plants that spark emotion, Dracena brings calm focus. It doesn't shout. It grounds. From a health perspective, Dracena's presence is also believed to support longevity. In Feng Shui, plants that grow slowly and live long are said to carry the vibration of endurance. This is not just metaphorical. Being around steady, structured energy encourages the same mindset in the people nearby. For individuals recovering from burnout or navigating long-term projects, Dracena offers a consistent, supportive energy, much like a mentor figure who reminds you that progress is not always fast, but it should always be forward. Its upright structure reinforces discipline, and in some cases, can even aid in breaking patterns of procrastination or indecision, especially when intentionally placed in the working corners of a room. However, Feng Shui always calls for contextual awareness. Not every energy suits every space, and Dracena's driven, activating presence makes it ill-suited for areas intended for rest or emotional openness, particularly the bedroom. While its energy promotes clarity and motion, those same qualities can be too stimulating in spaces where the desired state is soft, yin, and tranquil. In those cases, its presence may subtly create restlessness or interfere with your ability to unwind. It's not that the plant itself is bad for sleep, it's that the energy it cultivates needs the right environment to serve you best. Understanding this placement is vital in harnessing its true potential. As a Feng Shui practitioner, I often see clients use Dracena during major life transitions, launching a new business, pursuing a degree, or shifting careers. In those moments, people crave certainty and strength, and they often don't realize that plants can reflect and reinforce those internal desires. One client placed a Dracena near the entrance to his home office, and within months, reported not just improved focus, but a heightened sense of purpose. Another found that after adding it to her creative space, her routines became more structured, and she experienced fewer energy dips during the day. This isn't magic, it's alignment. The outer space became a mirror of the inner state she wanted to cultivate. Transitioning from the gentle emotional resonance of Myrtle, Dracena brings us firmly into the domain of action. If Myrtle whispers to the heart, Dracena speaks to the will. It teaches that success doesn't come from chaotic bursts of inspiration, but from consistent effort rooted in intention. It reminds us that to rise, we must first be grounded, and that personal growth often demands structure just as much as it does creativity. So if you find yourself at a pivotal point in life, unsure whether you have the energy to push forward, consider letting the Dracena stand with you. Not just as decor, but as a partner in perseverance. Number 5. Orchid. Something feels off when people treat orchids as just another decorative flower. With their poised elegance and fragile petals, they often end up on windowsills or nightstands purely for aesthetic charm. But in Feng Shui, such a shallow appreciation barely scratches the surface of what orchids truly represent. This flower doesn't merely beautify a space, it holds within it the energetic blueprint of love, grace, and profound emotional refinement. To view it as merely ornamental is to miss the quiet, powerful role it plays in shaping the emotional atmosphere of a room. Orchids carry what Feng Shui calls refined qi, an energy that is both soft and focused, like the balanced yin of a calm, receptive heart. It's this vibrational quality that makes the orchid such a powerful enhancer of romantic and emotional well-being. Their influence is particularly potent in spaces of intimacy, such as the bedroom, where their presence invites not just visual pleasure, but a deeper resonance of trust and connection. Feng Shui regards orchids as a rare synthesis of inner and outer perfection. Their symmetry, their grace, their slow blooming cycle, all point toward patience, cultivation, and the art of subtle attraction. They are not flashy or overwhelming. Instead, they draw you in with presence, not performance. When placed in the southwest corner of a room, the area associated with relationships and love, orchids amplify the kind of energy that fosters emotional bonding, empathy, and sensual harmony. This is especially helpful in modern homes where relationship stress often lingers in the air, subtly influencing how couples communicate and connect. Orchids don't solve problems directly, but their energy acts like a diffuser, absorbing tension and radiating calm. The result is a softened space, where vulnerability feels safe and emotional walls start to melt. What's often overlooked is the orchid's connection to fertility and creative rebirth. In many ancient cultures, from Chinese to Greek traditions, orchids were revered as symbols of generative life force, both biological and spiritual. In Feng Shui, this extends to the idea of new beginnings. Whether you're trying to start a family, initiate a new emotional chapter, or simply rekindle passion after a difficult season, orchids offer supportive energy for that process. They do so not by pushing change, but by gently preparing the ground for it, nurturing receptivity, openness, and emotional readiness. But they require presence. An orchid ignored or left to will can reflect emotional neglect in the space around it. Just as it demands careful watering and attention to light, love too must be tended with consistency and care. When the orchid flourishes, it often signals a parallel blossoming within the emotional lives of the people nearby. The orchid also plays a subtle role in self-worth. Its delicate but unapologetic beauty teaches us to embrace elegance not as extravagance, but as alignment with our highest sense of self. In Feng Shui, the spaces we inhabit are reflections of how we see ourselves. Adding an orchid isn't just about inviting love from others, it's about anchoring a reminder that you are worthy of love, softness, and refinement. The flower's presence whispers this truth with every unfolding bloom: you are enough. You are evolving. And you are deserving of beauty that mirrors your inner world. This energetic message, though unspoken, radiates into the space and gently alters the mood of everyone who enters. When placed alongside plants like the driven Dracena, which awakens action and ambition, the orchid serves as an essential counterbalance. Where Dracena pushes forward, the orchid invites stillness. Where one energizes, the other soothes. This is one of the subtle beauties of a well-balanced Feng Shui environment, opposing energies working together to create harmony. In this case, the orchid reminds us that not all growth is visible or fast. Some of it unfolds quietly, in the realm of emotions, trust, and personal refinement. By introducing the orchid into your space with intention, not as a decorative afterthought, but as an emotional and energetic companion, you create the conditions for deeper connection and lasting intimacy. Because sometimes, what your home really needs isn't another object to admire, but a presence to feel. Number 6. Plants to avoid. While most plants have a positive impact on the flow of energy in a home, there are a few that are traditionally seen as harmful in Feng Shui. For instance, some plants with thorns or those that grow aggressively, like cactus or tamarind, can disrupt the energy flow in a space. These plants are believed to attract negative energy, as their sharp edges are seen as cutting the flow of qi. However, it's not always about what the plant looks like but its placement in your home. For example, placing plants that represent negative energy, like the cotton plant or certain spiky varieties, can create a sense of imbalance. As the saying goes, the right plant in the right place is key to creating harmony. Ultimately, no plant is inherently bad for you. If you're drawn to a particular plant, it's likely that its energy resonates with you in some way. However, it's important to understand how it fits into your environment and what it brings into your space. Dead plants, for instance, are always to be avoided. They are a clear symbol of stagnant energy, and in Feng Shui, they represent decay and negativity. Always tend to your plants and ensure they are healthy, both for their beauty and their energy. So, you don't always need to redesign your entire bedroom. Sometimes, all it takes is placing the right plant, in the right spot, with the right intention, to completely shift the energy of your space. Feng Shui isn't about complexity, it's about awareness. It's about understanding your environment, tuning into your inner world, and allowing both to flow together in harmony. If you feel a sense of peace when placing a small jade plant in your wealth corner, or if caring for an orchid brings you serenity before bed, that's Feng Shui in action. Because Feng Shui isn't superstition. It's the art of living in conscious connection with nature and energy. So take a moment to reflect on your bedroom. Are the things you've placed there nurturing your energy, or quietly draining it? One small change today could be the beginning of a new, abundant, and peaceful flow in your life. If this video brought you insight or calm, don't forget to like it and subscribe to Buddha's Odyssey for more gentle guidance on how to harmonize your home and spirit. And if you're ready to attract the energy you truly deserve, leave a comment below. I choose harmony, abundance, and good fortune. See you in the next video, where we'll keep uncovering Feng Shui secrets to help you live with more peace, clarity, and connection.